How to rationalize? I am not a rational person. If I were, perhaps I need not have learned the art of rationalization at all. If I were rational, small things wouldn't have bothered me. Small things like so and so passed by but did not even look at me. My neighbor did not invite me for her son's wedding. My supposed long-time friend did not bother to respond when I tried to renew my contact after a gap of 3 decades, and so on and on and on. The list is endless. Such things, perhaps, don't affect a rational person. He would be so engrossed in thinking over his intellectual pursuits that such small things would never enter his thoughts. A rational person is supposed to be very logical in his thinking. But I wonder how many rationalists are really logical in thinking about the affairs of the heart and their other personal matters. Perhaps they must be splitting their personality as per the demands of a situation. When the situation calls for a rational thought, and when they are hurt and disturbed, they would resort to rationalization. Unless they rationalize, they would be unable to get back to the rational mode. We, the small people, get bogged down in such petty things and waste our mental energy. That's why we need to rationalize. I learned this art from everyone around me, from the trade union leader to a 5-year-old boy. I once happened to attend the annual general body meeting of a trade union. The meeting was poorly attended. Noticing my surprise, the union president said, "Actually, those who wanted to attend the meeting is in multiples of the members that you see here." "I see," I said and smiled. It dawned upon me then as to why political leaders never get a heart attack when they lose an election. Kids these days don't feel hurt when their bosom friends break the friendship. Hell with him. He is at a loss. He won't get a better friend. A 5-year-old friend of mine told me when his best friend stopped talking to him because of some petty issue. I, for one, opt to learn the art of rationalization rather than becoming a rationalist. This is because rationalization propels your imagination. As Einstein himself has stated, imagination can get you anywhere, but not the logic that will get you only from A to Z. So, to accept a bad news, it's not the rational thought but the art of rationalization that comes to your rescue from any psychosomatic illness. Here are the tips to rationalize. First and foremost, you have to imagine a worst case scenario. When your boss doesn't give you an increment, you have to thank your lucky star because he did not dismiss you. Being logical and rational means not believing anything blindly, and of course, asking questions to confirm what is stated or written. Rationalization is just the opposite. You have to somehow accept the happening without going into the why of it. During childhood, my day always began with rationalization. If I fell down and cried, the elders would pretend to show me a rat that ran away, blaming the rat for my fall and thus diverting my attention from the hurt. In school, if our Kho team lost, we would console ourselves by blaming our luck and would laugh by saying, "Better luck next time." This factor of luck always came handy as a pain balm over all types of failures or unwanted happenings in day to day life. Some people have a natural tendency to quickly rationalize and overcome the hurt. When a close friend does not invite them for a wedding, they would quickly say, "Oh, good, he saved my money for not buying a gift." This simple art has enabled consultants to mint money by giving lectures on rational emotive behavior therapy. It's the best example of a simple common sense put in a capsule of a therapy. Needless to say that rationalization keeps off all types of psychosomatic ailments. If any close relative succumbs to death, a rational person would start pondering over the reason for death. A sentimental person would take longer to overcome the grief but finally accept it as destiny. So, you guessed it right. Destiny and luck are the two factors that make you accept things as they come with no questions asked. The question, why me, is not only painful, but it also has no definite answer. You have to accept it come what may. And when you blame your destiny, the pain is reduced instantaneously. Rationalization helps you accept a bitter dose of negative feelings that are just waiting to enter your thought process anytime and every time. The dividing line between rationality and rationalization is very thin. At times, you have to put both at work for protecting your mental health. When your near and dear ones pass away, you have to think rationally and say, all living creatures have to die one day, and rationalize the loss by thanking your destiny that brought you together. At the time of his crucifixion, Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." In saying so, was he rational or trying to rationalize?